Hey everyone, welcome to Star Wars Conversations, the show where two scruffy-looking Earthers like to talk about all things Star Wars. My name is Jay.
And I am Captain Colin.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome back after a little holiday.
I think everyone has missed us, haven't they?
They have. I tell you what, I've been inundated by tweets, emails, letters, by people saying, where were you last week? Where were you?
Wow, how many?
So many.
You lost count.
I did. So, all you wonderful Star Wars Conversations fans out there, don't worry, we are back.
We're back.
I've been in Cornwall having a lovely little time. My head got sunburnt.
Sunburnt.
Went to a shipwreck centre. Yeah, it was all fun times. Did you do any
pirate stuff while you were down there?
I just killed and raped a few people.
Ah, cool. Did you pillage?
Yeah, plenty of pillaging.
Did you dress as a pirate?
Some would say I look like a pirate anyway.
Yeah, you do kind of.
Yeah. Grey beard.
Look. Is that what you go by?
Yeah.
Grey beard.
Yeah. What's the thing? Plant? No, I don't know. I watched. The place we stayed. Parlay. That's the thing. The place we stayed actually had Pirates of the Caribbean DVD in the barn that we were staying in for us to watch, awesome. And I was like, "Oh, brilliant, excellent! I'll watch that." It was a Region 1 DVD, obviously the American one.
Uh-huh.
The player was a Region 2. So someone obviously thought that was brilliant fun for me to get all excited because I was going to watch Pirates of the Caribbean.
Mess with you.
Yeah, mess with me.
Excellent.
Anyway, enough of that.
Right,
so news.
What?
News!
That be the one.
Yeah, that be the one, me
That be the one.
That be the one. The first story we got, Jay. Han Solo movie filming near Southampton. They've got I've been in Southampton lots of times. My old pal Nick the student used to be a student there.
Nick the student.
Nick the student, you know Nick the student. You went to college with Nick.
Did I?
Yeah, Nick Francis.
Oh, okay.
No, not Francis. Frith. Yeah, you went to college with him.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, yeah, Southampton's very shippy sort of sea type place, isn't it?
Mhm. I've never been.
Haven't you?
Nope, I've never been.
Oceana Village.
Ah.
Yeah.
Sounds oceanish.
And the Square Balloon was the pub that everyone used to go to at the time.
The Square Balloon.
The Square Balloon.
Yeah.
Sticky carpets. So, tell us about this bit of news, Jay, because I'm well excited about Han Solo filming in Southampton.
Well, a few people are quite excited about it because...
people in Southampton?
Yes, those. But I don't know if you saw on the Facebook group, a few people have mentioned that I think they must live down that way.
Ooh.
They
go and visit them at Square Balloon
and investigate a little bit, yeah. So hopefully they'll leave some comments once they've had a look around and let us know what's going on.
They could do some on-the-set reporting for us.
That would be amazing. If anyone wants to do that, can.
Record a little video on the old phone.
Yeah, we'll put it on here.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, there's a rumour that the Daily Echo seems to have confirmed, and it's
confirmed.
It's that Han Solo is going to be using Forley Power Station as a set. So there's a little bit. This is StarWarsNewsNet.com. It says secrecy is high as usual, but residents are already accustomed to film crews using that location. It was previously used for Mission Impossible 5. So, have you seen that one?
Which one's that? Ghost Protocol?
Yeah, it's the one where I think it's that one where there's a bit where Tom Cruise is going to dive. There's a big round thing, and he dives down, like scubas down. Have you watched that one?
I don't know. I have. Well, I've seen the one when they're in Abu Dhabi or something like that, or Dubai.
No, it's the one after that.
I've probably seen it.
But that was the place where he dives. That was the place, the big round thing. So one of the local residents said I think it's absolutely brilliant. I assume he talks like that.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. You see lots of expensive cars with dark tinted windows driving in the morning, like you did with Mission Impossible was being filmed. You know there's someone famous in there. Arr. That's what he said. Crazy. But yeah, so he just said, yeah, you see loads of cars driving in, and it's quite exciting for the people who live around there.
They don't have cars there, do they?
No, they don't. Only boats.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just being used. Who knows what it's going to be used for? I mean, it's quite cool looking. I'll post a picture of it up on the screen. In fact, it's already been on there probably. But it looks like you could, when you look at this picture I'm posting, you think, yeah, I can see that in Star Wars. It looks like a Star Warsy building. You know,
I've seen the picture.
The brown round building.
Oh, yeah, the brown round thing.
It looks quite cool, right? I assume it's probably going to be somewhere on Corellia or something like that, right?
I love that. Yeah, I'd love to see a bit of Corellia.
That would be cool. So yeah, that's so Star Wars is now just filmed Han Solo in Fuerteventura, and now they're filming in Southampton, which is pretty awesome.
Unlucky for them. So, next bit of news.
We're bombing through it. Okay, yep.
Mace Windu miniseries.
This must be exciting for you because you get to spend more money on a no doubt exciting comic book series.
Oh, it's not a comic, is it? I was getting excited. I thought you were talking about a TV series.
No, there's going to be a 5-part miniseries coming from Marvel. It's going to be written by Matt Owens with illustrations by Dennis Cowan.
Dennis Cowan?
Yeah.
Oh, he's cool. He's old school, man.
Yeah, the art looks great. And yeah, it's going to be
actually, because that really suits. Because he was really big in the Milestone comic line, wasn't he? The imprint that was in DC comics. Did you ever read them? Icon and Hardware and Static Shock. That's where he came from.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, the artwork looks great. The cover is done by Jesus Says and Jesus, right? So there's a little bit of info about it, which is from StarWars.com. For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi have been the peacekeepers of the galaxy, but now, at the dawn of the Clone Wars, they find themselves in a new role: generals in the army of the Republic.
Oh, so it's set in the Clone Wars?
Well, yeah, because Mace Windu, he flew out of a window without his hand.
That's what I'm saying, but it could have been set before the whole...
Right. Yeah.
That's what I was hoping you were going to say.
No. As Mace Windu, one of the Jedi's greatest warriors, leads a small unit of Jedi into battle shortly after the war begins, the Jedi must make peace with their new role or be lost to the violence around them. Sounds well exciting.
Can I just ask Jay, a little bit admins, are you still bleeping when we're swearing?
Nah.
I think the swearing
makes us cooler.
I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
Okay, I mean, yes, I am bleeping, totally bleeping.
No, I don't believe you.
I'll bleep for you.
No, I don't believe you. No.
I'll bleep it.
I'm not a big fan of Mace Windu.
No.
He's a rubbish character.
I'll bleep that. What were you going to say?
No, I'm not going to say it. It's rude.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, he's just Sam Jackson being Sam Jackson, right?
And there's nothing wrong with that. But he was. See, I don't even think he's Sam Jackson being Sam Jackson because
Sam Jackson's cool. But...
I know, but Mace Windu's not cool. He's really uptight and annoying.
Yeah, I guess
and wrong about most things.
A Sith Lord.
A Sith Lord.
He doesn't even. What did he do that's cool in the entire trilogy?
The bit where he, in Attack of the Clones, my worst of the prequel trilogy, the bit where he walks up behind Jango Fett with the sword, right? Where you see his feet and he's walking. I really like that bit because it's like an old Western. But then it sucks after that, and that's it. And I don't like that he cut Jango Fett's head off.
That was lame.
It was stupid. Like, why didn't I don't know. Yeah, I didn't really get into Mace Windu too much.
All right. Well, I'm going to enjoy reading that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I can't wait for your reviews.
Yeah. Well, the art will be good.
Yeah. The art.
I don't know. I don't know who that writer is. I've not heard of him before.
The art does look very good, I must admit, and yeah. I mean, I think they've just posted as far as I can
When's it
tell,
out, buddy?
of the cover. It's going to be in August. It's coming to the shops in August.
Just in time for my birthday. How wonderful!
You go. Yeah.
What a present that will be.
Yeah. What dates will your birthday be this year?
This year, this year, I think I'll just go for the 24th.
Oh, wow! So if it's a Thursday, we'll be casting.
Yes, we will be casting.
Maybe.
Anyway, so
right.
that's a wonderful bit of news.
Yeah, all the exciting news.
Would you like to have a little theory discussion?
A theory?
Theory. Well, not really theory. It's a bit of a.
Is it a fist of theory?
Fist of theory. Not really, because it was Daniel, our old chum on the Facebook group.
Okay.
He's getting his knickers in the twist a bit today. He's very concerned about whether or not Simon Pegg's going to be in the new Star Wars film. And I mean the Last Jedi. Yeah. Well, basically his concern is he plays that fella,
Uncle Platt.
Yeah, and he seems to think that that fella should have a role in the new film because he definitely thinks if we're going to get some backstory on Rey, then he's got to be involved. And so,
well, I've actually just seen your comment on the post, and that was actually what I was about to say. Didn't his arms get ripped off by Chewie? So,
well, but that wasn't a deleted scene, so it doesn't count, does it? Not canon.
Is it in the novel?
No.
Oh, then it doesn't count.
Doesn't count,
in the
mate.
Comic book?
No. Well, I haven't read the comic book adaptation.
No, then it doesn't count. Maybe in a flashback.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I sort of get what
Matt Hayday.
Oh, Matt. Metal Matt. Crazy Metal Matt. He's in an awesome band, you know. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Outcry Fire.
Oh, okay.
Amazing band.
Are they on YouTube?
To be honest, I don't know. They've had like a reunion recently. They were on like Kerrang and everything because for like best unsigned band. They did loads of gigs and stuff, but then they got old.
Oh.
That's for you, Matt. But yeah. Anyway, Metal Matt. He's got a radio show, I think.
Oh, okay.
A Metal Radio one. We should probably plug that sometime.
I think you just did.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
Oh, we'll find out.
All right, I will. Anyway, yeah, Matt's right, actually. Probably.
Yeah, if there's a flashback. I feel like I have read in the past that there are going to be a bunch of flashbacks in this movie. Maybe it's going to be like when she's training and like seeing through the Force
in the montage.
Like that, and then I hope she does a training montage.
Training video. Hers and Davina's coming out for Christmas.
Yeah, Ray's Keep Fit DVD. Yeah, I hope that
on VHS.
On VHS, definitely, or on Region 1, where there's Region 2 players. But yeah, I mean, if there is something where she's meditating with the Force, maybe when Luke sort of tells her to like try and see the past and stuff like that, we might get a scene where we get a look at, you know, her being taken to Jakku and then Uncle turning up. You know, it could be something like that. Who knows? I haven't seen anything to say that he's going to be in it.
I think you're very likely to get a flash of him if there is some kind of Force vision-y thing which talks about her past. Then yes, you could probably get a flash of him. But I don't think there's any way it needs him in it.
No.
If he's not in it, it's not going to affect the story.
That's past story for her now. She's moved on.
Yeah, because they can just tell the story. You don't have to see it, do you?
Yeah, exactly. And in a way, I would kind of prefer that. I don't know that I want a whole bunch of flashbacks. Maybe
I mean-
if there's a Force vision like what she had in Episode 7, that would be quite cool. We see like some snippets because she did see him in that Force vision as well. But I don't want it to just be like flashback after flashback. I don't want there to be a ton of.
I mean, if he's in it, I'd rather him be in it because of something new in the future. So he's either come back to try and get her or whoever. I mean, it depends who. If he was in on the fact that who she is or whatever her backstory is, and there might be a reason for him to come back. But it all depends who the blimmin' hell she is.
Well, as you say, if he were to turn up, I would quite like it if he turned up and then Chewie pulled his arms off. That'd be quite cool. Pulls his arms off and then kicks him off the edge.
And then Luke cuts him in half and then they sit in him. Because they're a bit cold. Yeah, because he turns up on that little island thing. It's a bit nippy out there.
So, yeah.
So Chewie rips his arms off and Luke cuts him in half and they all sit in him.
That would be cool.
And you find Simon Pegg inside him like he'd been eaten.
I was thinking that could be cool. Yeah.
That could be cool.
He just like comes pouring out. Or I'd even be quite happy with Chewie just pulling his arms off and kicking him into the sea. That'd be fine. Yeah.
That would be fine. I'd make him eat one of those crappy rolls first.
Oh, what, the ones that inflate?
Water rolls, whatever. Yeah. Rubbish. All right. Well, so Daniel, thank you for your contribution to the show today.
Thanks, Dan.
Hope that cleared it all up for you.
I'm sure it didn't.
Everything we say is completely authorised by Haldo Habagango. What's his name?
Pablo Hidalgo, dude.
What did we call him the other day? Pablo Hell No. Oh, no, we called him Pablo Hell No.
Yeah.
Pablo Hell No. He says yes. Anyway.
Anyway, I think that's covered all this kind of the news and
the guffy
speculation. But now we're on to something quite exciting, right? What is it, Colin?
Colin's Comic Corner Reviews!
And as he said it, he went all pixelated on his camera.
Oh, did I? Oh,
yeah.
Am I still pixelated?
Yeah, you are. But anyway, let's continue. I'm sure it'll sort itself out.
It'll be okay. It's not like it stopped recording and you're wasting all this time.
Now I feel like I better check that.
Not like you've updated the software.
No, it hasn't stopped. We're all good.
Right, Jay, I've been a busy boy because I've been on holiday. I've caught up on my comics.
Yeah, right. You went on holiday and sat and read.
I did, and drank beer, and got
good.
sunburned.
Oh, drinking beer, that must have been good.
Yeah. So, I read 2 Poe Dameron comics. So, shall I start with them?
Why not?
All right, well, the first one I read was issue 13 of Poe Dameron. And that is book 3, part 4. No, what's the V1? 4?
Or what? The V1?
Yeah, does that mean 4? Yeah. Oh, part 6 then.
Read your Star Wars movies as a guide, dude.
Oh, I don't.
You don't need to look.
Oh, yeah. I am looking. The Gathering Storm. Shall I tell you what's been happening?
Tell me, please tell me.
You
know, as long as we've got past Yoda and rock giants, we're all right.
Thankfully, that's gone now. Right. A new enemy has emerged. Terex, an officer of the First Order Security Bureau. Redoubling his efforts to destroy Poe and his team, Terex has retaken control of his previous crew, the ruthless Rank Gang. Still don't get that name. A move that has attracted the ire of the First Order leader Kylo Ren. While evading capture with droids C-3PO and N1ZX, Poe is shot out of the sky by the Ranks and crash lands on a desert planet. It would be a desert planet.
What else is there?
Ice. That's it. It's the only option.
There's forest.
Yeah. All right. So there's 3 types of planet.
And water.
There's 4 types of planet. Okay. And lava. There's 5.
Lava, and there's pollution, the big giant.
All right. There's lots of planets.
Yeah.
Seeking refuge in a cave, Poe
Always in a
receives a
cave.
call that his team is on their way to rescue him. However, it seems Black Squadron 2 is cornered. Right. So this is written by Charles Soule, Phil Noto. They've done all of the issues so far. Every time I say they're good, so I'm not going to say they're good again.
But you just did.
And look, I'm not going to go through line by line what happens in this. But I will say this was the end of this story arc. And I'll give you the highlights.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Bones. Right.
What?
Do you know who Mr. Bones is?
No.
Oh my God! The Aftermath books.
Oh yeah, I ain't got through them all yet.
So Snap Wexley, obviously in the Aftermath books, is the kid in that tent.
Yeah.
What his real name is.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got
Greg
this.
Grunberg.
He's got this old what they call battle droid that he'd rebuilt and turned into Mr. Bones.
Yeah. No, I do know about this. Yeah.
And Mr. Bones is his and
Yeah.
I won't tell you what happens to Mr. Bones,
Okay.
but
He's in
let's
this
just
comic.
say they've only got him on because it's not the Mr. Bones. It's apparently what's his name? Snap now.
Wexley.
he for luck keeps Mr. Bones' brains in a little card with him whenever he goes anywhere.
Right.
And so he downloaded Mr. Bones into that NX-1 droid that was being a pain in the ass for Poe.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was just really cool to see Mr. Bones. That was just pretty cool. I thought, I like Mr. Bones. You didn't sound like you like him, but I liked him. So that was cool.
I don't know him.
Also, right, I hope you're going to flash this up or I can shove it on the screen here, whatever you want me to do.
You gave me the pictures, right?
I did give you these
I'll
pictures.
put them up.
I think Poe is a robot.
What?
Yes, because there's no other explanation. There's 3 panels.
Does him
where
get
Terex,
shot in the hand?
He gets Terex throws a knife like he's in a circus.
Yeah.
And it gets stuck in his hand there.
Yeah.
And you've got 3 very clear shots of his hand with no blood.
Yeah, I'm putting this on screen.
No blood.
Okay. Do they show a lot of blood in this comic?
No, but
right.
Surely you can't have someone with a knife in his hand with no blood at all.
Okay, well look, even
yes.
And on the first one there's like a going around it like lightning. Now, in Star Wars, in Star Wars, right? What is the most common body part to be made of robot?
Yeah, right. I get that, an arm, but
or a hand.
Yeah, but when they get chopped off, it's normally by a lightsaber, which cortisones.
That might happen in another story.
Oh, you're saying he's already had his arm chopped off and then he's got a robot arm?
Maybe. Maybe they just haven't revealed that yet.
I think it's
and maybe a flashback.
Anyway, I thought it was very interesting that Poe may be a robot.
That is interesting. It's interesting that
which is why he loves
BB-8
so much.
Thing around his hand.
He loves BB-8. I think it's because they are actually
his counterpart.
He is C-3PO's best. I mean, it could be why. I mean, literally, again in this issue, he gets saved by everyone else. Again.
That's all he does.
I know.
By the sounds of it, in these comics, they make Poe out to be really, really crap.
Well, I mean, look at the pictures of him. I mean, he looks like he's having a poo.
If you were Oscar Isaac, right, and you were like, oh, cool, I'm playing this character, I'm going to try and make him also, he's a good fighter pilot, okay, cool, I'll try and make him really cool.
He is the best fighter pilot.
In this first movie, though, you're going to get captured at the beginning, all right, and then, you'll come back and save the day later, it'll be fine, okay, cool. But in all the other stories we do about you, you get knocked out all the time.
No, but let's face it, the only time he is any good in anything I've ever seen him in, and admittedly I haven't seen him in a lot of things, is when he's in his cockpit. So my view is, from now on, let's not let him anywhere else.
Exactly.
If Poe's going to be in... Because I didn't realise this was an ongoing comic either.
Is it ongoing?
Well, the next
How far
issue,
can it go?
the next issue I'm going into, which is issue 14, it starts a new storyline.
How far can it go?
Well, this is it. So, shall I tell you what this new storyline's about?
Oh, so we finished with that one then. It ended on your theory that he's a robot.
Well, do you want me to tell you what happened then, or not?
Yeah, I thought you were telling us.
Well, I wasn't going to tell you what happened, but I can tell you what happened.
Well, it's up to you, man. You do what you feel. You must do what you feel is right, of course.
To the fourth.
You must do what you feel is right, of course.
Well, let's just say Terex gets captured. Phasma pops up. She's rubbish. It wasn't Phasma. It was some other woman. I got well confused. No, well, there was a woman right at the end of it. I can't remember her name. I should have written this down. And she was like some kind of boss woman. She was in a black navy suit. Not navy suit, as in navy, imperial navy suit. Not a black navy suit. This wasn't like one of those black gold dresses.
Okay.
And she had short blonde hair. And I thought it was Phasma without her costume on. I was like, whoa, this is cool, this is something different. And then it wasn't, it was a different character.
Because on that issue 13, Phasma's on the front cover.
I know, and she wasn't in it at all.
Wow.
But she's in issue 14.
Okay.
Yeah, confusing. So, issue 14, this is a new storyline called Legend Lost. Oh yeah, Poe's uncle, who's not really his uncle, he's an alien, gets killed in issue 13. Poe Dameron's team have recently emerged from a bittersweet victory. Oh yeah, basically Terex got right done over. His whole crew got killed, and he got captured by the First Order. First Order weren't very happy, and they put him in prison. Right, through a combination of luck and skill, they defeated the ruthless crime lord Terex. Although in the process, they lost one of their own, grizzled veteran pilot, Lulu. That's not his name. It looks like Lulu. Lulu, I'm calling him. Well! 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 That tickled me. Terex is taken prisoner by former employers, the evil First Order, who intend to punish him for defying their commands. Now back at the hidden resistant base, Black Squadron and their comrades have come back together to mourn their loss, while in the First Order prison cells, Terex waits his fate. So basically, this is quite a lot of the funeral thing, and Leia is trying to give Poe a prep talk and basically says he's grounded so he can work out why he's grounded, which I didn't even understand, to be honest. I read it. And then at the same time, there's Terex dealing with Phasma, and she's questioning his loyalty.
Sir.
Yeah, sir. And basically, she also gives him a deadline to say, you call me back one more time, but then you better have a really good reason for me not sticking you in the mines, kind of thing.
Spice mines.
Yeah, some kind of smart mines. So it's an interesting, it's an okay story. Again, it felt a bit filler. I don't know how it can be part one because it
and, filler episode.
Yeah, and the main storyline was that while Terex had C-3PO in the previous storyline, he'd copied his memories, and that was his get out of jail card. He was going to try and use that and have all the data about the Resistance and everything that C-3PO knows about. Mm-hmm. But it turned out that one, C-3PO reckoned he's got super duper security, and two, BB-8 electrocuted him, which is how Poe survived last week. And when he electrocuted him, it fried the memory stick. So I would say this was a bit of a lull issue, not the best until the end when you get the final fate of Terex. I thought I suddenly had a theory he might be Snoke. He's got a lovely scar on his head. I was like, oh, number Snoke. But then I realised, no, it's a bit too soon. I already talked about him as well. Yeah, he gets turned into a Lobot.
Ah, okay. That's
the twist at the end. I ruined that for you if you were going to read it. Sorry.
I wasn't. Is he just a boring Lobot who does nothing?
Well,
Is he...
I don't know. You only seen one panel with him.
Is that the one that you sent me where he's standing there? Okay. Wow.
So I don't know if there's more to it. I don't know if he'll override it or not, and that might be the story. I don't know that's going to be going onwards.
He had cybernetic parts, right, already?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was that woman from the other thing, Dr. Ashworth's mate. The lesbian woman.
That's a bit of a shame, considering he is like an old school stormtrooper, and now he's going to be a Lobot.
Yeah, and he even talked about Jakku! I loved him as well. He was an interesting character. So I hope this isn't it for him. Yeah. I hope that this is leading on to something else.
Yeah.
Because he, as I've said a few times, he's what's made the Poe Dameron comic interesting.
And also...
I mean, even his pink stormtrooper armour is interesting.
Well, I was going to say, you'd also think like a character with this much background and, you know, he's got a lot of knowledge and leadership and that, he'd be an asset to the First Order. So you'd think they'd want to do something.
Yeah, that's what you think. That's what you think, mate.
You would think. In fact, I do think.
So anyway, my overall impressions of the first Poe Dameron issue I talked about, brilliant. Really enjoyed that.
Yep.
Second one wasn't quite as good, and I think I failed to mention. I think it's got a different artist. I did fail to mention that, didn't I? The second issue. The second issue has got someone else doing it. Angel Unzueta.
Yep, Unzueta.
I don't know who that is. His art's his art isn't as good as the other bloke.
Looks pretty decent though.
It's all right, and he does a really good General Leia.
Right. Okay.
Really good.
Cool.
I probably should have sent you a picture of that, shouldn't I? But I didn't. So.
Okay. Well, people can look that up for themselves.
Yeah, read it. I've not ruined it for you at all by telling you the end. Right. So that was good anyway.
Cool. And
next one,
Darth Maul, issue 3.
Darth Maul, issue 3. At last we will have our revenge.
At last we will have issue 3.
Yes, at last.
At last.
Right, so our mate Cullen Bunn, he's the writer. Luke Ross, he's the artist. Same people that have done the first 2 issues. So this is book 1, part 3. God, I hope this is a mini-series. Not because it's rubbish, but because I don't want another comic to read.
It is a mini-series.
Jedi Padawan Eldra Katis is a prisoner of the profiteering gangster X. Right, who writes these names? Anyway, XX.
So, Zev Zreus.
Yeah, him.
Zev Zreus.
Anyway, Exirexus has gathered the most dangerous crime bosses in the galaxy to participate in a nefarious auction to purchase the Padawan. Whew. Little does X know, Sith apprentice Darth Maul has infiltrated the auction with a group of bounty hunters, including Cad Bane and Aurra Singh. Maul plans on purchasing or kidnapping the Padawan. Maul plans on kidnapping the Padawan. Oh, just said that. Did I just read that twice? Yeah, no. It does say that again. And then killing her in order to satiate his desire for vengeance against the Jedi. But Maul's master, the mysterious Darth Sidious, has forbidden Maul from interacting with the Jedi. Maul operates with secrecy, knowing that he will face severe punishment if Sidious discovers his disobedience. So, just overall impressions of this issue. Again, quite a good standard of art, I think. And Cullen's writing pretty good. Again, I think this issue suffers a little bit of... I feel in the first 2 issues it was much more about you could feel the tension of him. This one was trying to move the story forward a little bit, but a little bit misdirection. This obviously it centres on the actual auction. When we last saw Maul, he was about to try and he'd found where the Padawan was being stored, and he was about to go and stab her or whatever he wanted to do. But that gets resolved very quickly by the person running the auction finds him and says, "Oi, get back out." and for some reason he does. He doesn't just kill everyone
Oh.
because he doesn't want to upset Sidious.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get noticed.
And so I've sent you a picture of a double page spread where you can see,
I've got that,
the art's really good. I really like the art. And this main character, Exus or whatever bloody name is, every time she's drawn, she looks like she's drawn by a cross between Gary Frank and Brian Boland. Her face just really looks like it's drawn by one of them.
Right.
Anyway, that's a bit of a random
Yeah, you
aside.
give me a close up of her as well.
Yeah, I have. That was a major spoiler, by the way.
That's just green.
So basically, there's a little bit of Cad Bane and all the singing interaction, not loads. There's something that's going on in the background which has confused me a bit, but ultimately, Maul can't break her out before the auction. He can't afford to actually win her in the auction. So what he does is he lets someone win her, and then he kills them.
Good plan.
And then as they're flying off, that ship gets sabotaged and crashes on this planet. And then the end, the little sneaky twist is that this woman is then suddenly saying, the hunt will begin. And so obviously she's set the whole thing up so that so people can go in. I'm not even in the screen. What am I doing? So that obviously this is actually more of a Hunger Games thing rather than a auction, and actually the whole thing was a twist, and it was to get them to be on the planet, and so they could end up a bit like Hunger Games where they end up having to be bum chums to get through it, or it could be them two versus each other.
He doesn't need her. He could take everyone on his own.
No, he doesn't need her. But I get the feeling that's what might happen.
I think you're right. Right,
so that's that one. I would say I didn't enjoy this issue as much because I wasn't quite sure where it was going, and it was probably saved by that last reveal. That again sounds a bit more interesting. There was a fight scene, right? And I've got to say, even the art was a bit rubbish, or it looked awful. It didn't look like Maul's hand was up here and his foot was over there, and it was just a bit. I don't know whether it's because Maul was trying not to use the Force and reveal that he was a Sith, or he just looked awkward. It was weird.
Right.
But anyway, enough of that.
So the next one is the one that I've been looking forward to hearing about because the artwork looks great. I really like this one.
Was a treat.
A treat.
A treat. I mean, I've been looking forward to this. So this builds on the last Dr. Aphra storyline. It was a bit of a continuation in some respects. Obviously, if you remember from that, we had Aphra had gone digging into that old Jedi sect, the Ord or Ood or whatever it was.
Yeah.
She basically had that old Jedi master brain thing in a crystal that almost killed them, and then they managed to trap it back in. So this basically builds on that and the fact that Luke's on this quest to try and again, Luke's finished reading his storybook.
And this is Star Wars. This isn't Dr. Aphra. This is Star Wars.
No, this is a mini series.
Oh, it's a mini series. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just
so this is
crossover mini series.
Yeah. So this is issue 1 of the Screamer Citadel. So, but I think it will cross over with Star Wars main title and Dr. Aphra.
How many parts is it? 5.
I don't know.
It says it on the front.
Oh yeah, or 5.
Okay,
yeah, part 1 of 5. So this is written by Kieran Gillen, who wrote the Darth Vader first 25 issue thing, and obviously the creator Dr. Aphra, and bloody good bloke. And I really liked the Darth Vader story, and he's a brilliant writer. Does loads of good stuff. The art is by Marco Cicchetto.
I really like the look of this art. From what you've sent me, I think it looks great.
Yeah, fantastic art, and he makes Afra look sexy.
He does,
now
right?
Dr.
I'm
Sexy.
just looking at that picture. I'm like, wow, like that's how she should look in the movies.
Yeah,
They need to
she
bring
is
her that
definitely
Afra into
Dr.
movies.
Sexy now. So should I just tell you what it says on the
on the crawl.
crawl?
Do it in the voice of a movie guy. It's the beginning of movies.
Okay, I'm not very good at this, but I'll have a go. The Screaming Citadel, Book 1, Part 1. It's a time of turmoil for the galaxy. While the evil Galactic Empire remains strong, the forces of the Rebel Alliance continue to struggle for freedom from their oppressive grasp. Establishing a
Are you giving up then?
establishing a secret outpost on Horrocks Free, deep in the Outer Rim. Young rebel pilot Luke Skywalker, struggling to forge his destiny, is at a loss. He can feel the Force, but without the proper training, he cannot become the Jedi Knight he's certain he must become. Meanwhile, rogue archaeologist and sometimes scoundrel Dr. Sexy has come into possession of a very valuable and very dangerous artifact, one containing the recorded consciousness of an ancient Force user. If only she could reactivate it.
Wow.
Thanks,
was
dude.
Brilliant. That was so good.
So, this story starts with Luke going to a bar, Dr. Afra turning up there.
She turns
The
up
bar
in the doorway looking particularly hot.
The bar people say, "Oi, we don't serve humans here." And then basically Luke and her kick everyone's ass and the Wookiee.
As they would.
And there's a really
They
nice
kick
shot.
the Wookiee's ass.
No, because what's his name? You're still hanging around with her. And so basically it's them, and they have a good scrap. And because obviously the last time Luke met Afra, I don't know if you know this, was in Vader Down.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Did you read Vader Down?
I haven't read it yet.
That was bloody brilliant.
It's in my storage unit now.
Bloody brilliant. And in that, she basically tries to sell Luke to Vader.
Oh.
And BT and 000 have a fight with him, and I think BT electrocutes him. And R2 has a scrap with him and things like that. So a bit of beef there. Anyway, so I what I couldn't tell was whether or not he'd actually planned to meet her there, or she just turned up and knew he was going to be there. Basically, Afra wants Luke to come with him. So again, art fantastic, some really good. I've sent you a few shots actually.
I know.
Pages.
I'm looking at them right now.
I mean, like there's a couple of pictures of Luke, and he looks bang on like he does in A New Hope.
Yeah, he really does.
Really good likenesses, but it's not just good likenesses. The actual art is really good.
Yeah, the composition, everything's beautiful.
Yeah, really good. And so basically, what the story is.
Sorry, I like the colour work as well. The colouring looks brilliant on this too. Everything, the whole.
Yeah,
package.
really good, high quality, very high quality. So basically, she recovered the artifact from the Ordu Aspect Jedi Temple. Yeah, and it's got this Jedi called Ruh stuck in it. And basically, what she's saying to Luke is, "Look, you're a Jedi." And he's going, "Oh, I'm not a Jedi. I'm not a Jedi." Oh, cut the crap, Luke. I know you're a Jedi. And what you need is a Jedi Master to teach you how to be a Jedi. And he goes, "Well, I wish you could find one." And she goes, "Well, Luke, I've got one stuck in my crystal." And he goes, "Oh, but I can't get him out." But she goes, "But there's a woman, a queen of this citadel, that can get him out. But we've got to go and woo her and basically impress her, and then she gives favours. And she only has an audience with people once a year or something like that. I might have the timescales wrong because I can't be asked to reread it. But in some period, she only pops out.
Okay.
And I think I've got a load of snot on my nose, Jackie. I'm just going to stick my head out here.
I am not cutting this.
Why haven't we got any listeners?
They would love this shit.
They would love this shit. It's real, man. What's the saying? Oh yeah. So there's this Queen woman, and so what Afra convinces Luke, because he's a stupid farm boy, is if you come with me, I'll introduce you to this. She wants to meet someone who's interested in a Force user, so she'll be impressed by that, and then she'll touch the stone and release the bloke, and then you've got a master, and she gets out of it being able to record it and get all the history stuff, because obviously she's an archaeologist, and Luke believes her. Now, this is obviously a load of guff.
Because we know that Afra's a liar.
She's a naughty lady. And so, basically, he, like an idiot, basically goes with her.
Oh,
and they go to... Oh, Dax was right. So, they go to the citadel of Katafaran, and in fact, she even says, don't try to pronounce it. So I'm not going to try and pronounce it. And luckily, Triple Zero basically says what Luke asks her Luke asks him what that name means, and he says the military expedient construct of loud, shrill exhalations is the literal translation, but that does somewhat lose the poetry. Personally, I'll go with the Screaming Citadel. That's where the name of this whole story comes from. So, obviously, I think this whole miniseries is going to happen on this Citadel.
Which the Citadel looks quite cool as well.
It all looks cool. All the design stuff's in this is cool. And then there's a nice, sneaky little funny bit where he goes, "Oh, let's pray it's not false advertising. I do hope to get hope I don't get my hopes up," kind of thing. So basically, Afra.
And then you get bleep as well.
Yeah, then you get a bleep. And so basically, they arrive, and Luke's going to have to be presented to this queen, and it's like a big posh party.
Right. And
so Afra gives him a nice costume to wear, smart costume, and tries to make him not look like a complete farm boy. And there's all different alien races there, and it's really interesting. And when you get to see the queen. And these fellas and their mates, they look very red and very Sith-like.
They do, right?
Yeah. I mean, and there's all this little red sort of stuff all around them, little dot things. So, look, they don't look good, do they? They look like baddies.
They look like bad boys.
To me, that says baddie. They look a bit Venger.
They really do. Yeah.
So anyway, there's a few scenes where different people have to go up, and they're saying, "I've got this," and she goes, "No, that's not interesting. Get lost." And it's all talked through by that baldy bloke. And then Afra presents, "Oh, and I bring you a farm boy from Tatooine," and she's like, and they're like, "Oh, get rid of him." But then this other bloke goes, "Oh," and has a bit of an argument with him and pushes Afra, and then Luke gets angry and uses the Force and pushes him back. And then they decide to keep him. So Afra obviously set that up as well. And then by the end of the story, basically they're going, "All right, come back in the morning. We're going to have an audience with the people we've selected." And then the last couple of pages is this queen saying to her people, "Right, go get me my food," or whatever. And they get all this energy from these people sleeping in their beds. This energy comes out their mouths and goes into their mouths. And then there's a page I sent you where she's sucking it out of her people's mouths.
Yeah.
And it's been too long since she's tasted any Jedi. Cock! Yeah, she does look a bit orgasmic there. I'll tell you who she reminds me. She looks a bit like a Batwoman.
Yeah, she looks cool. I think she looks.
She does look cool. So that's the end of that part, effectively. But really good start. Really good.
Awesome. Yeah, that one.
So,
I really, really do like the look of this one.
yeah, so it should be good. So, good comics overall.
Cool, man. That's really good.
Good times,
You did a
Miles.
lot
All well
of reading,
done.
didn't you?
I tell you what, I did read so many comics. Let me just give you comic geeks out there, let me give you some heads up. The Fix by Nick Spencer, brilliant. Saga, brilliant. Paper Girls, brilliant. What else have I read? Secret, what's it called? The new Captain America thing, crossover. Secret Empire, brilliant. Yeah. Very good. And I caught up on some of the old Nick Spencer's run on Captain America. Bloody brilliant. Really good. I've caught up on all the X-Men books. Old Man Logan, X-Men Gold, X-Men Blue. All up to date on those.
Wow, you have been reading a ton, man.
I've read so many comics, man. Walking Dead, I'm up to date. Oh, my God. Have you read that?
No, I got Walking Dead, I've got a couple of the early books. But, I mean, with the TV show, I got bored of it ages ago.
Another Lazarus. Brilliant book. Up to date on that. Yeah, I don't know. Star Trek ones, I got all up to date on the Star Trek comics. Very good.
Awesome. Hey, did you see the new trailer for the new Star Trek Discovery?
I did, because it was on Go Trek Yourselves Facebook page.
Cool. It looks really good, doesn't it?
It does look good.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't know.
I think it looks good.
I wasn't sure, actually.
I'm quite looking forward to it.
I'm not sure about when it's set. I'm not really keen on that period.
But you know what? Going back to reading, I'm still listening to Thrawn.
I
listen to it back and forward in my car.
Yeah.
When I'm going to work, and I'm loving it so far. I think it's
great.
Awesome.
Whereabouts are you? Do you know?
Thrawn's just been made captain. So his mate, the ensign, was like just offered a job. Yeah, but he turned it down. And I'm really enjoying Arinda Price's story as well.
Yeah, that was surprising. I thought that was going to be annoying.
I didn't think it'd be annoying. I kind of like how, because obviously we know that she knows Thrawn from Rebels.
Yeah.
I kind of like how, they were at that party and that was the first interaction they had, and she was just like an assistant, and I'm kind of liking that, and she loses it. I'm not going to give spoilers, but you know what I mean? Like, you can see her journey. The only thing with her that I'm not, obviously, I assume it's going to change later on, but what I'm not quite liking so much is that in Rebels she comes across like she's a total bitch, and in this she seems really nice.
No, I think she gets that worn away.
Yeah, I'm hoping that as it goes on that happens, because in the early parts she's really nice and almost a little bit naive.
Well, that's the journey, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the journey. But the reason that I'm not sure how much I like that is because it seems like a really short timeline for her to change so much.
Yeah, but it's not really, is it? It's about 10 years.
I don't know. Oh, is it? I don't know.
I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell, but
I don't know how long before Rebels this is set. I know you said it ends not long before Rebels.
Yeah, well, it ends. It leads up to Rebels, but I would say her story starts when he joins the Academy. So there's at least 5 years going through the Academy. Isn't
it? Yeah. Okay. So, I suppose that's not too bad. She could have changed a lot in that time. But yeah, I'm enjoying it, man. I think it's a really good book. I actually am sad when I finish my journey and I've got to switch it off. I was going to listen to some more. I'm kind of wishing I could be driving like up and down to Scotland every day.
Just drive to me.
To it. But instead of work, I should drive up there and back. Yeah. But I'm enjoying it. So I will keep listening, and I stopped listening to it at night. I was listening to it before I go to bed, but I find that I'll be listening and then all of a sudden I wake up and I'm like, oh man, I've missed something. So instead I just put it on in the car, and it's working better that way.
Good,
so right. So I think that's us done for this week.
That is.
Yeah, a nice short 53-minute episode there. So right. We're not going to sign off with all the old school gump. I'm actually going to stop saying that. Instead, you can find us on all the social medias by looking for Star Wars Convo, Star Wars Conversation. On Twitter, use @StarWarsConvo or use the hashtag Star Wars Convo. You can find Colin on Twitter
Captain Colin.
And you can find me on Twitter @EagleEye1933.
And you can also find us on the Taylor Network of podcasts, where you can find us and lots of other great podcasts, such as Nothing's On, Go Check Yourself, No Apologies, Double Pay Spread, and lots more. So do that. Look that up and download that.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And, so until next week, may the Force be with you.
Punch it, Chewie!